Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with on-loan winger Ace Abde, as it has been reported that Barca will consider selling the young attacker only for offers of 35 million euros. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Marcelo Brozovic, as it has been reported that Barca will try to offer 17 million euros for Brozovic after he says no to Al Nassr, according to a new report. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, endeavor to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Amidst an urgent need to sell players and generate some revenue, Barcelona are finding it so hard to offload their stars in the market so far. The likes of Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres has been put up for sale, but the duo has no interest in leaving the club, so much so that they have not been listening to any proposals that have come, upsetting the club. Why efforts will continue to place them in a different team this summer, Barca might have to look at some other stars who they can get rid of to improve their economic situation. As such, returning loanees like Samuel Umtiti, Clement Lenglet, Sergino Dest, and Alex Collado have all been made available for transfers, while Nico Gonzalez will likely be allowed to leave as well on loan or permanently. However, one player returning from loan who is reported to have a future at Barcelona is Abde. The 21-year-old enjoyed a solid season at Osasuna last time out, and his performances have made an impression at the club. As such, manager Xavi Hernandez wishes to have him as part of the club's pre-season tour this summer, no matter what, and it could earn him a spot in the first team roster next season. However, according to a report from Mundo Deportivo, despite Abde appearing to be featuring Xavi's plans, the door is not entirely closed on his departure this summer. Indeed, given the club's delicate financial situation, Barcelona would be open to selling the 21-year-old Moroccan international if an offer for 35 million euros comes along. Abde had an impressive campaign with Osasuna. While he finished with 6 goals and 2 assists, the young attacker's impact was beyond mere numbers. His pace, dazzling wing display, and his ability to cause problems for defenders have certainly caught the eye of not only Barcelona but several clubs within Spain and outside as well. However, for the La Liga champions to consider parting ways with Ace Abde, they will have to receive offers of around 35 million euros, which could potentially come only from the Premier League. Ace Abde has been a phenomenal player on loan. I think he was the best player, without a doubt, among the players who went out on loan last summer. And I think that having Ace Abde back is also a good decision, but considering the finances, the constraints that Barca are going through, it won't come as any surprise that Ace Abde will be sold. And this latest report claiming that Barca will only sell Abde if an offer worth 35 million euros or above comes along. And honestly, if you ask me, I would say I doubt if any offer will come for 35, even 30. I don't think Barca will see up to 30 for Ace Abde if any suitor comes there. But I think that with the club so tempted now to any revenue that they can see out there, it wouldn't be surprising that they even take 20 million for Ace Abde. But it is a frustrating summer so far, to be honest, because Barca have still not sold any single player, and we know for sure that selling players are of utmost importance this season for new players to come in and to be registered. We know that registration is a key. It's not only about signing the players, but the question is, can you register those players? That's what matters. For the last 2 summers, we have been having a lot of issues and humiliations, you know, as Barca have been having some late panicking about player registration, which is really humiliating, to be honest. And of course, Ace Abdel leaving will also be a big boost, but I hope he stays. But you never know in a season where The club is going really broke. Despite winning La Liga, despite winning the Spanish Super Cup, you ask yourself that where is the money? Where is the prize money going? Are they not using it to do things in the club to facilitate issues like this? It baffles me, to be honest, because there's no difference. Better we shouldn't even win anything. Sometimes people feel like, why should we win La Liga and the club is being more broke? Piqué will leave the club, Alba will leave the club, Busquets will leave the club, and even cancel their debts because they have been on large chunks of money. They cancel their debt, but the club still cry so poor. Like, it's very sad. So honestly, selling some players this season, even those players who are crucial, won't come as a big surprise because of what the club is currently going through. So for Ace Abde's own situation, yes, he has been good. Yes, Javier likes him to come back and play for preseason. Yes, but is that enough for the club not to sell him? They would sell him if a good offer comes along. And with this report saying that 35 million is a price that Barca might ask for, I very much doubt that. I very much doubt it. But let's see. It's still possible. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. In a rather huge development, Gianluca Di Marzio on Sky Sports has claimed that Inter Milan midfielder Brozovic has said no to Al Nassr for now due to the strong interest shown by Barca. However, as things stand, Barca do not have the money to even meet Inter Milan's demands for the player. As such, they hope to make an offer worth at least 17 million for the Croatian in the coming days by offloading a player or two. Brozovic is a top target for Barca right now as far as pivot midfield is concerned. Only a couple of days ago, it appeared that Barca would lose the veteran to Al Nassr after they reached a 23 million euro agreement with Inter Milan. But the player had not given his consent to the transfer and is now understood to have said no as he waits for Barca. The Catalans, though, do not have the finances to match the offer, which is 23 million euro offer from Al Nassr. As such, if Inter do not lower their asking price, a move would be very difficult. But the report states Barca will try and reach the figure of 17 million to offer in exchange for the midfielder by completing some player departures. Obviously, if the move has to go through, Brozovic would also have to accept lower salary than the 20 million euro per season that the Saudi Arabian giants are offering. So it is not straightforward by any means for Barca. However, the news that the Inter Milan captain has said no to Al Nassr for now should fill them with hope about the transfer, and the Catalans must now do everything in their power to get that deal across the line. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.